Hello everybody, got a treat in store for you today. So as you know, I've done lots of dance photography and I really love doing it, but I thought today I would take it up to the next level, both figuratively and literally. And this is how I'm going to do it. So this frame here is for an aerialist artist, and we have a spectacular view of the Pacific Ocean right behind me right here. Got some interesting sky, and it has all the makings for some phenomenal pictures. I'm also going to bust out the drone at some point, get some epic drone footage. So this is going to be very different to my normal shoots. Stick around, I think it's going to be pretty amazing. Okay, let me introduce you now to Yesenia.
Hello.
Yesenia is an aerialist. Is that the right term for it, aerialist?
That is the correct term, aerialist.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So a few questions for you, because this is all very new to me. How did you get into aerialism?
Well, I started off as a gymnast, and then after gymnastics I became a dancer, and I really feel like aerial, I love it so much because it's a combination of the two things. It could be as acrobatic, that's not a word, as acrobatic.
So I make them up all the time.
Okay, it could be as acrobatic or as dancey as you want it to be. So I really love that about it, and really I'm just a big kid, and I love to dangle and hang and twirl, and that's what makes me happy.
By all means. And what advice would you give somebody that wanted to get into aerialism? What did you call it again?
Aerial arts.
Aerial
Yeah,
arts.
aerial arts.
How would you advise somebody?
Well, what's wonderful is that, at least here in LA, studios are popping up all over the place. There's several amazing studios just in the LA area where I live. There's Womack and Bowman, there's Cirque School, there's Jagged. I mean, they're all over the place. More and more people. I teach. I do private lessons from my personal studio. And my advice is find a studio near you, start in a beginner class or like a class that kind of lets you try a variety of apparatuses to see what you have a lenience towards. And baby steps. It's so much fun.
Okay, that's good advice. And we will drop your Instagram information and contact information below in the description, and also put it on the screen here. So what are we going to be doing today? What are you focusing on?
Today I am going to be focusing on the fabrics. I'm going to do the sling or the aerial hammock. And then I have a new apparatus, super brand new. I've only had it for a couple weeks, so I'm really excited to explore it more and just to see what kind of fun shapes we can make on my new heart apparatus.
And what are the favorite types of move that you do, and what are your least favorite?
That's a great question. So my favorite types of moves are split moves because I'm bendy, so I like to, I like to cater to my strengths. My least favorite are probably like elbow hangs, foot hangs, anything where your entire weight is just hanging from like a very sensitive area of your skin. Yeah, but you know what, even then, even those moves, the more and more you train them, the more you get used to it, and eventually the pain goes away.
When I see people doing those moves where you're in the, what do you call it again? Not the blanket.
In the fabric.
The fabric,
the
yeah, when you're in the
sling.
fabric and
Yes.
you're sort of all tangled up and quite high up, and then you let go and you suddenly come collapsing down.
Yeah.
How do you get over the fear of dropping quickly from that height?
Well, it's all in the technique. So you don't ever go into a move not feeling 100% secure about it. They're all baby steps. So it's like you'll start with like a more beginner move or version of that move, and that's why it's really important to go to a good studio with a good teacher, because they will guide you through all the proper techniques and wraps so that you can do everything safely. Nothing in aerial should ever feel like I'm going to do this and I'm going to dismount or roll down and it may not turn out all right. You have to know that you know exactly what you're doing, because it is dangerous. You're high in the air, you're head down a lot of the times, so I cannot stress enough just taking your time, progressions, good teacher, and always just practicing safety first.
Okay, great advice there. Okay, let's get going and get some pictures.
All right,
All
let's
right.
do it. Okay, so for my stretches, it's always really important for me, especially if I'm going to be doing really big splitty moves, which I love to do, to stretch my hip flexors. So I spend a lot of time just in this position, and usually I'll have like a partner help push my hip down. So I'm really stretching this hip right here. And then I like to grab the back leg and do oversplits, lots of oversplits. So I'll come up here, and it's good to spend like about 2 minutes each split. That's when I feel like I'm really, really getting in the pocket. I always have my son help me stretch. He doesn't love it, but he's a great help, so he knows exactly what to do.
Right now we're setting up the frame, and you can see all the rope and the pulleys at the top there. Up there. Very important you get all that right. And you've got the husband of Yesenia over there and her little boy helping out.
I think that crossbar can go up to like 25 feet.
So there you just heard, it can go up to 25 feet.
A lot higher than hers.
That should make for some pretty spectacular views. So composition wise, we placed it here because there's a little gap that you can see between the palm trees, leaving an obscure view of the ocean in the back. And then she's going to be doing her aerial work at various different levels, from all the way down here all the way to up there. So we like this spot because you have the 3 palm trees all at different levels. So she's always going to be out in the open or framed by palm trees, which we think will make for good compositions. And then if you look that way, you get some nice cliff views as well. So I'll bust out the drone at some point and get some nice drone footage. Okay, it's a wrap. Good job, Yesenia.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, glad you had fun there.
You found a great location, Rich. This is gorgeous.
It's pretty good, isn't it? Pretty
so
epic.
Good. Yeah.
I should say that we did get moved along. So
did,
if anybody's
unfortunately.
thinking of doing it at this location, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
But we got some good pictures nevertheless. What did you like most about today, and what do you think we could have done slightly differently?
What's always really important to me, and that I think that our crew today did a great job at, is just the feeling of comfort. Like when you feel at ease and comfortable, shoots are just so much more enjoyable. It's good company.
Yeah.
You know, professional and just good company, chill people, go with the flow. And the palms. I adore the palm trees that we're working with today. And,
Yeah,
and the
look at
beautiful
that, right by the
ocean
ocean as well. It's
breeze.
beautiful down there.
I could just stay here and stare all day.
Yeah, there are worse places to hang out. Okay, so that's it. It's a wrap. If you liked what you saw today, if you could hit subscribe and hit the like and drop a comment below, that would all be good. That'll help the channel grow. Thank you again to Yesenia. Did a brilliant job, and maybe we'll get to see her again sometime.
I hope so. Thank you, Rich.
Bye.
Bye.